Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Well, I'm just fielding texts here from friends asking if they should be getting out of their Bitcoin and their altcoins. In this morning's video, I did talk a little bit about the price action that we have been seeing recently. I will link this morning's video up here if you guys didn't catch it. A synopsis, though, and I think Blockchain Backer kind of really nails it. We have not even seen, this is the XRP to Bitcoin chart, by the way. We have not seen XRP reach this demand zone yet. So when the price of XRP goes down against Bitcoin so low that it has finally hit support and then bounces back like a slingshot like we saw back here in 2021, that is when we know, guys, that is when we know, at least for XRP, that XRP is finally launching off. When it comes to Bitcoin, though, I get it. It's it's a bit of a more difficult situation here. Friends are looking at their portfolio saying, I'm 40% up, I'm 50% up, I'm 60% up. They're saying, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? And I'm saying to them, look, you do what you want. This is not, something that I can decide for you. But if you want to know what I'm doing, you can find what I'm doing at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I have my entire portfolio there that I'm opening up, and I'm telling you guys when I'm trading, where I'm trading. I do have the $10,000 plus portfolio that I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, what other cryptocurrencies are you trading in that particular portfolio? So, I've opened it up. Of course, too, I'm going to be discussing my legacy portfolio, all my crypto targets eventually. But, Bitcoin still hasn't reached all-time high yet. And that's an indication that we still do have some time here, guys. But for those of you guys interested, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, only $5 a month. Symbology is an ongoing theme on Working Money Channel. The old financial system is dead. This coming from Ashley Prosper here. The new one is about to rise, and none of this is coincidental in my view. Now, the other day, Jacob Rothschild did pass away. It was just yesterday. This was originally tweeted out by Steven Narioff. He led the Rothschild family among the most influential families globally. Many claim and credit them with establishing and maintaining control of the world banking system, aiding in the establishment of Israel, and funding nearly every major war. If true, with such a significant figure now absent from the shadows, what does the future hold for us? Well, I'm sure there's somebody else in charge there. And, this could in fact be maybe a sign, maybe a clue that the old financial system is dead and that we are about to embark on a new financial journey. I also found it interesting that this also came up. Mr. Mann posted this. House Republicans have proposed a bill called the Defund Davos Act, aiming at prohibiting American tax dollars from funding the World Economic Forum due to concerns about the WEF being seen as an elitist and anti-American organization. The bill seeks to block funding from various U.S. departments and agencies to the WEF, preventing support for what they view as a forum for global elites, promoting ideas like global solidarity and eating bugs to solve world hunger. Here are some of the Republicans behind this bill. I will link this tweet in the description of the video, but I wanted to play you guys this clip. Listen to this.
What's the gossip? On the domestic side, if a Trump administration comes in this time, they've been preparing for it. You've been helping them prepare, the Republican Party, to prepare for this in a way that it was not prepared in 2017. So could you tell me what kinds of people, and if you've got some names, put them out there, do you think might be the kinds of people that a Trump administration, we're using that assumption, would pull in on the big domestic agenda elements from Chief of Staff, Treasury, maybe National Security? I know, well, maybe I should leave that for Walter. I'm coming to you in a minute on that. But on the domestic side, are there people all lining up? Is there a community out there thinking, right, this is the opportunity, we've got to get it right? What kind of people do you think would be stepping forward?
There are. I will disappoint you, Robin, and not mention names. That's ultimately up to the president-elect and his or her staff, right? So I won't be presumptuous. But I will say the kind of person. Yep. The kind of person, and I'll be candid here because I think I've been invited here to be candid. Exactly. The kind of person who will come into the next conservative administration is going to be governed by one principle, and that is destroying the grasp that political elites and unelected technocrats have over the average person. And if I may, I will be candid and say that the agenda that every single member of the administration needs to have is to compile a list of everything that's ever been proposed at the World Economic Forum and object all of them wholesale. Anyone not prepared to do that and take away this power of the unelected bureaucrats and give it back to the American people is unprepared to be part of the next conservative administration.
Okay, that's very clear. And as you said, I think one of your tweets on the lead up to here was also that you're here to usher the Devoisie into early retirement. So I'm heading that way already, so I'm probably all right on that front. But thank you, and we appreciate your candor and being candid. Otherwise, this panel is not going to make sense. So thank you very much for that.
Well, he was picking no bones about that. Getting in a Republican government that essentially has to support what this gentleman just said, full stop, is kind of the only option. Defund the WEF? Yeah, I kind of hope it happens. Gonna keep moving, guys. Lithuania's Suoli Bankas selects Ripple partner Temenos to modernize their core banking system in the cloud. So some more Ripple partner news here with regards to Temenos and the country of Lithuania. They've just partnered up with Suoli Bankas Bank. And so that's a bank in Lithuania with over 4 billion euros in assets. They selected Temenos to modernize their core banking platform. The bank will migrate its retail and corporate banking, including trade finance, to Temenos Banking Cloud, supporting the bank's growing business needs with increased flexibility and resilience. The move to Temenos core banking software as a service is part of their strategic transformation following the merger of their retail banking sector with Invalda Bank. I can't pronounce that. Suoli Bankas, which is under the joint supervision of the Bank of Lithuania and the European Central Bank, is a leader in SME and mid-cap enterprise financing in Lithuania. So there you guys have it. European Central Bank, a partner with them, very cozy with Ripple as well. Powered by Temenos SaaS, the bank plans to double the number of business customers and private clients to reach 1 million customers by the year 2029. So there it sounds as though they're a fairly small bank still, but they do want to kind of ramp it up, meet their 1 million customer target over the next 5 years or so. So partnering up with Ripple-enabled Temenos sounds to me like the right option for them. Anyway, gonna keep moving along, guys, because that's not it in terms of Europe. Banking customers will soon be able to transfer money across Europe within seconds. This coming from Jack the Rippler here. I happened to see this too as I was doing some research this morning. Bank customers will soon be able to transfer money across Europe within seconds after the EU adopted a law on Monday, so just yesterday, guys, forcing banks to offer block-wide instant payments. Under the new rules, people in Europe will be able to transfer money within 10 seconds at any time of day. Now, this is going to be running on probably the SEPA system. We know Ripple does have connections to the SEPA agency in Europe. I've done videos on this in the past. I'll see if I can find a more recent one, and I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner. When you look at this and you think to yourself, okay, payments within seconds, definitely running on DLT, probably running on RippleNet. The law is expected to enter into force, and banks in the Eurozone single currency area must allow instant payments within 18 months of that date. So by April 2024, another interesting date there, likely when we're going to see more liquidity in the market. After the Bitcoin halving, of course, chances of other cryptocurrencies becoming very liquid are going to be very high, including XRP. So we're going to see that burst likely when we do see the FOMO, the euphoria really kick in. Eyeing April 2024, the EU's 27 member states approved the law Monday after an earlier green light from the European Parliament. If banks applied any changes, they must be no higher than 4 standard credit transfers, the European Council representing the member states said in a statement. So, guys, here we have it now. Instant payments greenlit in Europe, likely running on the XRP ledger. Great news on top of this. So with regard to the same statement here, banks in the EU will be forced to offer instant payments to other banks in the EU. So they're not saying this is an option. This is, you could use this. They are saying, no, you have to use this. You have to use this new technology by a certain date. So he says after a new law is passed, instant payments will also have to cost no more than a regular payment. This is done to force banks into offering instant payments to its customers. How may this be good for us, guys, in the crypto community, and especially the XRP community? Well, it solves the last mile problem when domestic payments in the EU are instant. Remember when David Schwartz was mentioning this? And Anders here brings this up. Very, very good to remember these important points here. In working to build modern international payments, we've discovered that the biggest obstacle is often the very last hop, getting the funds to the payment recipient through the domestic payment system. And so now we have instant payments becoming law in the European Union. Back in October of 2020, we did also hear David Schwartz discuss this topic too. The Ripple CTO hopes that the XRP Ledger and XRP digital asset can be part of an ecosystem for greater liquidity in the global marketplace. And in that regard, he did add this, and this is a quote from David Schwartz. The XRP Ledger can't handle all the world's payments, and I'm not proposing a one network solution. That's totally unrealistic. People want different things and have different problems. But XRP can be the hub or backbone that provides the fast international settlement piece. It won't solve the last mile problem, but will help with interoperability and concentrating liquidity so enterprises don't have to keep funds in every payment system. Again, back from 2020, fast forward to today and, through these partnerships and, especially like large banking partners like Temenos, we've got Finastra too, ACI Worldwide, just to name a couple there. we are now seeing, the real world implementation of this, and it's becoming law. It's not even just, going to be a suggestion. It is becoming law in Europe. So likely going to see instant payments at scale, which is going to be great. Hopefully, as Europe does this, we'll see more countries jump on board with RippleNet technology, driving more demand for the XRP cryptocurrency. So wanted to thank Anders there and Jack the Rippler just for posting that. This one too, guys, from Michael Branch. Ripple CTO doesn't expect XRP volatility to drop. So the price volatility is going to keep up and down, up and down. Guys, that is good for us because this is where we make our money. We make our money through the volatility. I mean, if, XRP was just kind of doing this and going up and down 1%, that would not be good. We need it to rally 50, 60, 70, 80, 150%, whatever that is. That's how we make our money, buy low, sell high. David Schwartz explains this through the AMM mechanism. So Ripple CTO doesn't expect XRP volatility to drop. He recently rejected the idea that the automated market makers on the XRP ledger could significantly reduce the volatility of XRP price in the near term, despite the introduction of AMMs and their theoretical capacity to dampen volatility through mechanisms such as volatility harvesting and providing additional liquidity. Schwartz believes that the overall impact on XRP price fluctuations will be minimal. So he is saying, we had this theory that maybe the AMMs would tame XRP volatility and stable out the price. But apparently that's not how the AMM works. Prior to that, Schwartz elaborated on Ripple's strategy to leverage AMMs for Ripple payments, particularly focusing in on institutional transactions. The aim, he says, is to utilize the liquidity provided by AMMs on the decentralized exchange to facilitate institutional payments, which could in turn help rebalance AMMs and harvest volatility. This approach could theoretically contribute to reducing market volatility by making more efficient use of the liquidity on the XRP ledger, but Schwartz was candid about the limitations in the current scale of DEX trading activity. He noted that while Ripple is exploring the use of the DEX for institutional payments, this was not a primary motivator for developing the AMM feature, but acknowledged it as a beneficial byproduct. So guys, volatility still going to be part of the ecosystem again. The market is based on supply and demand. This means that we can still buy low and sell high, and hopefully by a point the price will be so high that it really won't matter. I'm hoping that XRP does rally at some point and becomes like a Bitcoin, even when Bitcoin does drop 60, 70, 80%. That we are still thousands and thousands of percentage points up in our portfolios. Somebody was saying, or a few people now at this point were saying, you might not even have to sell your XRP. It's going to be so widely utilized around the world that, for so many transactions and applications, it'll kind of be like gold, but even better. Not only will you be able to use it for transactions, but you'll also be able to use it for other applications based on the XRP ledger tokenization of all kinds of different types of assets in this morning's video. Again, if you guys didn't catch it, I urge you guys to catch it. Ripple did partner up with a new company looking at tokenization on the XRP ledger. So, if it gets to such a high price, maybe we will not even have to sell out of our XRP. Emily here bringing us this. Wow. Frankfurt Stock Exchange, XRP could be a world reserve bridge currency as soon as the central banks will implement CBDCs. Now, this is a representative from a German bank, and considering the EU is now making instant payments essentially the law, well, I'm curious to hear what this guy has to say here. It is in German, but I will play you guys the clip with and read you guys the subtitles along the way. He says here, the same direction. Whoops, let me just pause that. The same direction. So you have the competitors. The central question will be, am I a friend of first movers? The first movers simply graze the most for themselves from the beginning onward, and the question will be, how great is the pressure on the central banks, he says, to implement CBDCs. The time pressure to do something about it as quickly as possible, this impending collapse, and of course you will fall back on what is there. Ripple is there with its offer, and when the time is right for Ripple, then Ripple can definitely, but you heard it there, become the world reserve bridge currency. And you can see here he's talking about this in terms of trading, tokenization, naming Bitcoin here, but also Ripple, circling XRP, stating that XRP could become the world reserve bridge currency.
Die World Reserve Bridge Currency werden.
And this man doesn't look like he is joking around. So could it be that Ripple will become the world reserve bridge currency? I mean, renewed interest, making instant payments the law in the EU. All this is spelling more demand for the XRP cryptocurrency, but that is just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. We're so close, 100,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, you might as well hit that subscribe button and subscribe now. I'm going to be giving away 2 Ledger Nanos to 2 lucky subscribers, so please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.